So in this video, my task is to get this feeder in the back of my truck. There's one thing in the way. That battery box that's on there is absolutely full of red wasp. And they were not happy when I opened it up earlier. So I've come back. Got a little something for them. So keep watching and see if I make it out of this alive. They're still coming out of there. That thing is full of them. Full of them. I hope I've got it in focus. It's really hard to see out here in this bright sunlight. But the bottom of this thing is full of them. Folks, I'm going to show you one of the handiest tools you'll ever keep or ever have in your arsenal. It's right here. A lot of you will know what that is, a lot of you won't. It used to be a hoe and the blade broke off of it. You got this hook. Handiest thing in the world for anything from, like, if you're putting insulation in a roof, you can reach out there and grab it, pull it or push it, whatever you need. Or if you got something in the back of your truck, you need to reach up there and get it and pull it to you. A million uses for this thing. Very handy tool that was in my daddy's arsenal when he died, and so I inherited it from him, and I use it just like he did. Every time I turn around, I'm reaching for it. Look at the size of this thing. These are just the ones that died inside. There were a bunch of them that just had a clean escape. And then there was a bunch of them I knocked out of the air with the spray. So the whole reason for me bringing this thing home is to clean it up. This is what happens over time when you keep a feeder running year round. And last time I brought this thing home, I cleaned it out really nice, and I painted it all nice and white. And still, this is what you get. When you run one year round, this is what you get. So my plan is to put a liner in it, and so I don't have a liner that's specifically made for this feeder. So keep watching and you'll see how I make one. So if you've got a electric feeder, automatic feeder for your deer or whatever, if it's a 12-volt feeder, you could probably benefit by having one of these right here. It's called a corn bank. It's an electromagnetic valve, and it mounts above the hole inside your feeder, and it ties into the wires that go to your feeder motor, so that when your timer sets it off to feed, this opens and allows corn to flow, and when it's through slinging corn, this closes, shuts off the corn. So if you've got critters that are eating you out of house and home on the feeder like they used to do me on this one right here, this thing right here put a stop to that. The only thing left that they can possibly get is the little bit that's laying in the top of the spreader plate. That's all the corn they'll get out of your feeder. So this is a great little tool right here. I've had it in this feeder for several years now. Haven't had any problems with it, except when the corn gets all caked up in there like it was now today, and it needs cleaning out. So I'm going to take a large yard bag, contractor bag, and I'm going to make a liner out of it to go in the feeder. Okay, so I've got me a big contractor bag here, big heavy duty trash bag, a yard bag, whatever you want to call it. And I've cut me a hole in it. As you can see, I cut me a notch out of the center of the bag, which will make the hole about this big. This will go over the hole inside the feeder. And then I'll put my corn bank back in, which I can go ahead and put it back in. This is big enough, it'll fit over the top of it. And I'll tape it down on the inside of the feeder with some Gorilla Tape. And then I've got a liner inside my hopper, and I can fill it full of corn. And the next time it starts getting dirty, nasty, caking up inside it, all I got to do is let it run out, pull this liner out, cut me another one, put it in there, tape it down, and I'm good to go. I've done it to a couple of the other feeders that I've had, and it's working great so far. So it's a whole lot better than having to bring the feeder home and go through what I've just gone through to get it cleaned out, where it's all caked up and everything on the inside of it, because they're going to get dirty over time. If you run a feeder year round, it's going to get dirty over time. So let's get at it. Well, we're back in action. It sure is hot out here. Got 2 weeks to go for deer season. It's 2 weeks tomorrow. I sure hope it cools off a little bit. Anyway, we got her cleaned up, got her full of corn. She's working. So it won't take but 2 or 3 days for them deer to pick up on it, and they'll be in here. Which there's another feeder on the other food plot over here, which is just, as a crow flies, it's not but about 250 yards. And then there's another one that's about 400 yards the other way. So they've been getting corn all along. I just took one of them out of action for a while because it was so dirty and it needed to have what I've just done to it done. So anyway, take care of your feeders and put a liner in them. They make liners for some of the feeders. I would highly suggest you use them because it'll save you a lot of time, a lot of work, and a lot of money. So there you go.